everybody, and welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I'm going to be discussing I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness by Austin Channing Brown. This is Reese's book club pick for June and I think July. She picked 2 books in June. She picked the guest list and this one. And I don't know if they were both for June or one was for July or what, but I read both. I will link above my one for the guest list up above. But this one is I'm Still Here, and this is a nonfiction book written by Austin Channing Brown. And Austin Channing Brown is a Black woman, and her parents basically named her Austin to kind of help her get like a step up in the world, because people would then think that she is a white man, and kind of how that's affected her throughout her life. The very beginning, we were talking about how she goes to the library as a little girl, and she loved the library so much, and the librarian at one point tried to accuse her of taking someone else's library card. And that just like breaks my heart. Like, what? Like, how can that even be like a thing that like crosses your mind? I would like, the girl is handing you a library card. Why on earth would you think she's stealing somebody's library card? Just because it has a name that not necessarily goes with who you think. Like, that's, who are you to judge someone's name? That really bothered me. But yeah. So this book is a really short book. The chapters are totally digestible and really easy to understand. This has a lot of points in it that we've definitely heard a lot recently within this month, but they are obviously still very important to reread and re-listen and rehear. Kind of like when you're a child, it's like you have to hear a word a certain amount of times before you actually can like use it in your own vocabulary. So like kind of like this, like you need to be told again and again and again, so that way you can finally start understanding and start implementing some things in your own life. Austin is a Christian woman, so there is a lot of Christianity in this book and how that's kind of helped her to move through her life and understand the world around her. And I loved that we saw different aspects of her life in this one. We saw what racism looked like to her as a child. We saw what racism looked like to her in high school, what it looked like to her in college, what it looks like to her in church. Different, like I said, different aspects of her life. And even now being married and at one point we have a letter to her unborn child. And like I said, it just, all the different aspects that it could potentially hit, we got to see a little bit of, which is just beautiful that she was able to condense such craziness into such a short book and still pack a huge punch. She had such great messages by the end, just like beautiful. I think that this one was a really great one because it showed the things that white people think we're doing is good. That's not necessarily good. I loved, there's this one part, let me see if I can find it. It was about reconciliation, which I feel like a lot of people have been trying to do. When an organization confuses diversity or inclusion with reconciliation, it often shows up in an obsession with numbers. How many Black people are in this photo? Has the 20% quota been met? So that way we can call ourselves multicultural. Does our publication have enough stories written by people of color? Are there enough people of color on the television show? But without people of color in key positions, influencing topics of conversation, content, direction, and vision, whatever diversity is included is still essentially white. It just adds people of color like sprinkles on top. The cake is still vanilla. And I just feel like that was really important to say, because I feel like the conversations that have been going on a lot lately with like Book Outlet and things like that is what's happening. We have so many companies with sprinkles, or people who are very concerned with different bookstagrammers and booktubers and looking for the numbers and trying to cancel people if their numbers aren't the right numbers. And at the end of the day, the numbers aren't necessarily what's important, because you could sprinkle in a couple, but that doesn't mean anything. So I really liked how she made this super relatable and easy to understand and consume. So I definitely highly recommend you check this one out. I didn't give it a rating just because I don't rate nonfiction. But I definitely enjoyed this one, and I feel like that this one is going to be a really important read. So I'm kind of glad that it was sold out for a while so I couldn't get my hands on it, because it definitely is an important read that I think that everybody should check out. It's 183 pages. I read it in a day. It's something that is really a good book that if you're looking to just get started in this journey, this one will probably be a good one to start with. So yeah, this is I'm Still Here, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye everybody.